Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna start from the top. Like I was saying, I am prepping for my next market. My next market is Christmas in Crockett. It's on November 22nd, I think. I'm just looking at my calendar so I get the date right. November 22nd. And I am just running out of a lot of things that are like smaller things like keychains, different things that I usually put in my $8 to $10 section, things like that. Anyway, welcome in, guys. Hopefully the video looks okay. This is only ever my second live stream, and I am trying my best to get better at it, so I apologize for the rocky start with the last one that was up, and hopefully you guys are having a good morning other than having that little bit of an issue with my live stream. Sorry, I'm trying to do some back end stuff really quickly just so that everything is sorted out. If you guys are crocheting this morning, let me know what you're crocheting, what you're working on. I love to hear what you guys are working on. As you can see behind me, I have some little keychain bears. I actually just got back from the coffee shop. I was hanging out with my friends, Taylor and Jenny and Stevie, and while I was there, I made these 3 little keychain bears. This is with the pattern by, what is the pattern designer's name? I think it's Nemo Crochet. Yes, Nemo Crochet. I'll put the link in the chat for you guys if you want to make some cute little keychain bears for yourself. I think I like these 2 better, the darker bears, than I like this lighter colored bear. I think just the eyes don't look as nice on this bear as these 2. I chose like some circle kawaii eyes instead of like the oval shaped ones. And I think that's the main thing that is kind of throwing me off with this one, but I think the nose being a different color also helps as well. Anyway, let me put this link in the chat for you guys if you want to make some of these bears yourself. But other than that, on my list of things I want to prep, I have quite a few things actually. I've got mini chickens, bee keychains, mini Pokemon, some little mini turtles, larger sized turtles, mushroom popper keychains, pocket axolotls. Those were in my last free pattern review video. If you're unfamiliar with what a pocket axolotl is, it's a completely no-sew pattern, and they all come up to about like this size. So they're really tiny. I'd also like to make some pocket Kirby's, maybe some different foxes. I need to make some Christmas themed things as well. Some more dino keychains, Fruit Friends keychains, and then just a few other things as well. One of the things that I'm really excited about that my husband keeps suggesting is making one of those Anchor the octopuses, like a really, really, really big one, so that I could put it like on top of my tent. He thinks that that would draw a lot of people in. So I actually ended up buying the pattern yesterday, and I'm gonna need to make it at some point, and probably purchase some yarn as well for that pattern, because I don't know if I have enough of any one color for that pattern. Sorry, these bears just like don't want to stand up. There we go. Anyway. I don't see anybody chatting this morning. Anybody want to share what they're making, if you're making anything this morning? I'd love to hear what y'all are working on. I'm going to start working on a mini bee, which I use this pattern. I just posted it in the chat. It's a pattern by Jessie Ann Crochet on Instagram. And I use it to make bee keychains, and I don't actually have any right now because I haven't made any yet, and the last one that I had I sold at my market this past Saturday. So I'm gonna start working on some of these keychain bees. Let me pull out some yarn. I've got some Premier Parfait Chunky in black, and I think this is Sunshine. And I've also got this white. So that's my color palette. I'm going to put them in front of me, actually. Yeah, so like I was saying, I was just at the bookstore today. I have a couple of friends that we just like to meet at the bookstore and have a coffee together, and we all have like different crafty hobbies that we like to do. So my friend Jenny and Taylor, they were both like watercolor painting, and I was working on crocheting, and yeah, it was a fun time. It's nice to chat and catch up with them. Hi Lainey, thank you for watching. I see that you have like a #1 fan badge. That's really cool. How long have you been watching my videos, Lainey? I'd be curious to hear about that. And if you have a favorite video of mine, that would also be really interesting to hear. I like to hear what people like to watch and what they don't like to watch, just so that I can plan accordingly for future videos. Yeah, I think that would be really nice if you could share some of that with me, if you wouldn't mind. So anyway, I'm starting on this little bee keychain now. You've been watching for a few months. I like your reviews on patterns. Well, thank you, Lainey. A lot of people really like the free pattern review videos. I hear all the time that they really like them specifically because I actually make the patterns. Because I'm definitely aware that there's a lot of videos out there where people just share free patterns, but they don't actually make them. They just like show the image of the pattern on screen. Yeah, so I'm very happy that people like those videos. I know that a lot of people talk about how it helps people find new patterns that they might not have known about before. Also one about my shelves. Oh, the shelves behind me that we made. Yeah, my husband made the shelves for me, and it was a really long process and it was a lot of work, but they're really beautiful and they really brighten up this room too. This is our office. So it's really nice to have all of this nice yarn storage before. Peaks and Stitches, welcome. You love all my videos. Love that you make all the different sizes with all the different yarns. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad that people enjoy that too, because if people didn't like seeing all the different sizes, I probably wouldn't be doing it, just because it is a lot of work. It takes 3 times the amount of time to make those videos now because I'm doing them in 3 different yarns and sizes every time. But I think it's a really good payoff, and specifically I had a market this Saturday, and next week on Tuesday, that's what my video is about. But yeah, it's nice when prepping for markets with all the different sized things, because some of the patterns that I tested in last week's video are like the chunky minion. I had a butterfly pattern, there was a bluey pattern, and a couple others, and they all worked up really, really small in worsted weight yarn, but were still like really quick makes, so I was able to make them into keychains, which was really nice. And it's nice to have like different sizes of things as well, because some people prefer like smaller things when they're shopping for like plushies and things like that, because they want it to like fit on their desk, or they want it to be bigger because it's for like a kiddo, things like that. So that's all really cool, and it's been really nice to have like all of those different sizes available. Here's how much I've done on my bee so far. I just finished round 3 of the bee pattern that I posted in the chat. It's the second link if you guys want to crochet with me. It looks like Lainey sent some heart eye emojis. Thank you, Lainey. Bonnie Bowl is here. Hi, Bonnie. Hope you're doing well this morning. She said, I'm excited to be working on something new for me. It's a reversible pattern by Febi Priyanjaya. I don't know if I said that correctly. Chibi's Craft. I chose the reindeer / polar bear one. Have you ever done a reversible amigurumi? No, I haven't, but I have seen that there is a reversible amigurumi pattern book out there, and it is very intriguing. Unfortunately, I've never, like, whenever I go into like a Barnes and Noble, I go straight to the crochet section to check to see if there are any like new books that I don't have yet in there, and I haven't run into it yet, but I've seen it on Amazon, the reversible amigurumi book, and I've really wanted to get it. I've just, at the same time, I don't want to add to my already overflowing stack of books behind me that I haven't been able to review yet. Because I know you guys enjoy that too. That you've enjoyed when I did like the Crochet by Jenna review series that I did, where I reviewed every pattern in the book and let you know if it was worth your money to get the book or not. I was going to say something else and I forgot what it was. I specifically haven't gotten, like, I think the only amigurumi, like reversible amigurumi pattern that I've done is a reversible octopus by J. Adams, what is it? J. Adams. What is her name? J. Adams Collection. Let me pull that up so you guys can see it really quick. It was a reversible octopus pattern, and it's one of her paid patterns, so it's not like a free pattern that you'll be able to like get started on right away if you're interested in it. But it was a, oh, here's the free mod to it if you have it already. But it's this pattern where like one side of the octopus is happy and one side of it is sad. So I ended up doing a pattern test for her. The first link that I said reversible octo is the mod, the free mod to it, to make like lemon and orange. I almost said flavored. What is the right word for that? Lemon and orange variants to the pattern, and then the normal pattern is just like a solid color. And you can do it in 2 different colors, obviously, like the inside you want to be a different color. Bonnie says she has that book on hold at the library and she's anxiously waiting for it. That's awesome. Yeah, it's on my wish list, the reversible amigurumi book that I was talking about, so I will get it eventually. I guess I can show you guys some of the books that I have that I haven't had a chance to start reviewing yet, since they're all right here. So starting off, this is not a book obviously, but we have the Granny Square Flowers card deck. This is the second one, so I did a full review of every card in the first deck, and it's all the way at the top of my shelf. Otherwise I'd grab it for you guys so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I do have the blanket. Let me grab the blanket really quick. It's right over here. So in that video, I made this blanket. This is all 50 squares from that first card deck. And it was a very, very fun video. I liked just having something to do on the side. But it's a really nice blanket. And then in the second, I did like a separate video and I put the backing on, and the way that I did the backing was I didn't actually sew it. If you've ever made a tie blanket before, I used a similar technique to like a tie blanket, and it was something that just showed up on my Facebook feed one day, somebody doing a tie blanket backing to a crocheted blanket, and I was like, that is exactly what I need to do with this card deck blanket. So that is what I ended up doing, and this is just like a fleece backing. It's just plain white fleece, and it came out really nice, and it's really beautiful. So I'm really excited to do that again. Maybe not make a blanket next time, but maybe do like, I don't know, some little pillow covers, because I've been meaning to make new pillow covers for my living room. But yeah, I have that. And then among the other books holy cow, that's heavy. The other books that I have in this stack, oh yeah, a cardigan is a good idea too. A cardigan granny square. That would be really interesting. I've got this Zumigurumi Endangered Animals amigurumi book. It's got so many different cute little animals in here. They're all made with worsted weight yarn, so it's definitely going to be something interesting to work up. I think they're probably going to be like much, much, much bigger than they're intended to be, but I think they'll be really cute. So that's one of the books I have for future review videos. I also picked up Teresa's Crochet Shop, her amigurumi plushies book. And this pattern book is so cute. It looks like it'll be great for like market makes and things like that. There's lots of like little makes in here, little animals. This ducky is so cute. I think the dolphin is so cute too. And somebody specifically asked me for a dolphin on Saturday and I did not have one. I was like, I have sharks. And they were like, no, that's not what I want. But they ended up buying something. I just felt bad that I didn't have the specific thing that they were asking for. So I think this one is like the next one on my to-do list for review videos that I'm going to do is the Teresa Crochet Shop amigurumi plushies book. But I also have so many more. I just got this one gifted to me by my friend CJ when she came and visited me, I think 2 months ago now. Oh no, it was at the beginning of September, so not quite 2 months ago, but it's almost been 2 months now. But it's got all these different little amigurumi plushies in it, and it's all made with this, let me see if I can get a picture of the yarn cakes in here. It's this mandala ombre yarn, which I got 2 skeins of in 2 different colors on my shelf over there, because I decided that I was gonna like start to slowly accumulate yarn to make these specifically, because I think they'll look really good with this yarn. I'm a little worried about how big they will be if I work them up in chenille yarn, obviously. I don't need some super jumbo plushies, I think is what I'm mostly worried about. I also have Crochet by Jenna's book in this stack. It's just because I was talking about it the last time I went through this stack. The publisher of this book sent it to me for free, but it's a bunch of mega, like, jumbo worsted weight yarn plushies. And I haven't gotten around to making any of these either, specifically because it's worsted weight and they're already so large that I'm worried that if I work them up with chenille yarn, it's going to be like a piece of furniture. And I don't know if I have the time or anywhere to put something of that size right now, and I don't know what I would do with it afterwards. But Zaka Workshop, which is the publisher of this book, sent it to me for free, and I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway with them starting next Tuesday, at the same time of the release of my next YouTube video. We're going to give away 2 of these books, as well as some of my patterns and some safety eyes, and possibly a plushie or 2, like jumbo size plushies or 2, for people who just like don't crochet, so they wouldn't want like a book or a pattern or safety eyes. Like I wanted to have a prize for people who don't crochet too. So that's what we're going to be doing on next Tuesday. And then I have one more book here that I just picked up recently, and I intended to get to this before the end of this month, but that's not going to happen. So I'm going to have to save this one for next October, I think. But it's a book that I picked up at Barnes & Noble last time I was at one, and it's a bunch of really cute chenille, like Halloween themed plushies, and they're really cute. Let me see if I can find the like section page so I'm not spoiling any of the pattern for you guys, but here's like one of the sections. We've got like Cthulhu, we have like a gargoyle, a goat, dragon, and a goblin. And there's so many more in here too. There's like horror movie themed things. There's a Slenderman pattern in here. So we've got like Slenderman. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I think it might be like the original Dracula or like Nosferatu. We've got it. We've got, what is that? Is that Mothman? Let me know. I can turn to the page, I suppose, but I also would like to hear y'all's input about who you think that is. Who is it? And then there's an alien, obviously. What is that? Is that Mothman? I really hope it's Mothman. I'm gonna be really embarrassed if it's not. Oh, they're not actually in order in here. Where's Mothman? Please, show me. Show me Mothman. Wow, this is really hard to get to the pattern that I want. It is Mothman! I was right. Okay, cool. Sorry. That was a lot of build-up for basically nothing. I'm sorry. And then we have, what else is in here? All of these patterns. There's this headless horseman guy, like a pumpkin head guy with like his own little horsey to ride. We've got this axe woman here. And then there is a like plague doctor, a yeti, and then this is like a witch doctor, I think, over here. So yeah, there's like a ton of really awesome patterns in here that I can't wait to try. We've got like the Grim Reaper, Frankenstein, a zombie, a mummy, werewolf, and I think that is it for all the patterns in here. But I can't wait to try this one. I'm really bummed out that I wasn't able to get to it in time before Halloween, but I don't want to like release it after Halloween because people probably won't be as interested in it, if that makes sense. But yeah. But yeah, those are all like the crochet books I currently have that I haven't made anything from yet. But I'm really excited to make things and do review videos on those. I feel kind of bad because once I started switching my YouTube schedule to every other week posting, what happened was the first week that I didn't have a video posted, but I did my first live, that Wednesday I went out of town and I was in Iowa for 4 or 5 days, and then I got home and then I had to prep for a market. So when I announced that I was switching to bi-weekly uploads, I had told y'all in that last video before I switched to weekly that I wanted to make bigger and better videos, but I haven't had a chance to do bigger and better videos yet just because I've been busy with markets and just like life in general, so I feel kind of bad. Bonnie says, I love Teresa's crochet shop. I've purchased and made about 50 of her patterns. Great sellers at the last market. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that actually the first pattern I ever made was Teresa Crochet Shop's gnome pattern. That was the first thing I ever crocheted, and I did it in like worsted weight yarn, and I still have 3 of them. But I made like a ton of them, and I think when I first started my Pieces of Scrap Instagram, it was like one of the first things that I posted was all the little gnomes that I made, and I like posed them out in my front yard with like some of those like path border pavers. Like I posed them up against those, and I took a bunch of pictures of them. I also remember I made like a short of one of those gnomes one time, and I was just trying to get like photos and video of them to use in some shorts, but it was a really, really, really windy day, and I was doing it outside on my front porch, and the gnome's beard just kept blowing like crazy, so I made a kind of like funny video for Instagram of like expectations versus reality with the gnomes. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah, anyway. I still haven't heard anything about what y'all are working on right now. Are you guys just like at work, or are you making anything? Do you like to make squids too? I don't think I've actually made many squids before. I do have a squid pattern that I use that I tried in one of my free pattern review videos, and I really, really, really like it. It was pretty recently. It's a pattern by All From Jade. Let me post it in the chat. No So Squishy Squid pattern. I make these with pretty small chenille yarn for keychains. I have all this yarn from Hobby Lobby that's like really, really small, but it's like variated, really cute, and it makes for like really good like scaly texture, especially with keychain weight. So I've been making those for keychains, and I've also made them just like with regular like size 6 chenille yarn, and it's done very well. People really like them at markets, but I don't think I've ever done a squid bigger than those. So Diamonds, definitely let me know if there's like a bigger squid pattern that you would recommend that I try. I'd definitely be interested. When I was purchasing, I went on Etsy yesterday and purchased the Anchor the Octopus pattern, and I noticed that that creator also has like a bunch of squid patterns too, so I thought that was really cool. I don't really ever see anybody making any of that person's patterns other than Anchor the Octopus, and I know that Anchor is pretty viral, and that's probably why, but I think that's pretty cool that she has like a lot more variety to the patterns that she sells. We're getting a lot of people in the chat now. Hi. Diamond is she's making a lovey and a patchwork cardigan. Nice. Lainey is making a large pattern for a custom order. What kind of custom order? It's a ghost? Is that what it is? Peaks in Stitches says that they are working on a sloth pattern and a sunflower turtle. Very cool. Oh, I lost my pattern instructions. I forgot what I was doing. Veronica V. Hello, your shirt is so cute. The color looks great on you. Thank you so much. It's a new shirt, actually. I got it while I was in Iowa. My grandma got it for me. It's like a nice knit, but it's also like really lightweight, so it's like perfect for this time of year in Texas where the weather doesn't know if it's fall or summer still. So it's great. Veronica is trying to glaze some dinosaurs right now, probably going to make some candy cane themed ones for the Christmas season. That's really awesome. Spiritual Craft says she or he is working on a tissue box cover. That's cool. Jen said she made it. I didn't want to miss your live. Currently working on a pink cat. Very cool. And then Mallory says she's working on the Serdar Christmas gingerbread blanket. Very cool. I don't know if I know what Serdar is. Yeah, I've never heard of that before, but that sounds really cool. Oh, I just am mindlessly crocheting and started doing something I'm not supposed to do. Here's my bee so far. I need to put eyes in it. Y'all, normally it doesn't take me this long to make a bee, but I guess I've been chatting and showing you stuff, so at least I have an excuse. Serdar is a British yarn brand. Got it. That makes sense. Okay, I gotta pick my Kawaii Safety Eyes size because I don't have any of these bees currently, so I can just pick whatever size I want, I guess. I think I might go with this size. What size is this? 12 millimeter. I think I'll do the 12 millimeter eyes. I think they look nicer when the eyes are like real big and buggy on them. I think they look really cute when I do that. But we'll see if I need to go bigger than this. I think this might be the best size. Elaine is working on purple dinosaurs. Found some great new patterns. What new patterns? I would love to hear about what patterns you found and if we should try them too. I'm always down to try new dinosaur patterns. Dinosaurs are always a big hit at markets. Okay, what do we think? Are his eyes big enough? I think they look good. What do you guys think? I'll hold them up. I want to hear some feedback if you guys like that size or if I should go bigger or smaller. We're currently doing 12 millimeter with these eyes. Nicole Chase has a cute mini ankylosaur. Cool. I don't think I've done an ankylosaur pattern before. Jen says, I like the size. Thank you. Anybody else, any feedback about the eye size before I put the washers on? Elaine, is that pattern a free pattern? The ankylosaur? I think I've seen like an ankylosaur free pattern on Instagram before, and I might have saved it. I think it's cute. Okay, I'm gonna go with the size. We've had 3 confirmations that this is the right size, so if you disagree, too bad. You answered too late. I think it's a good size giving the anime kawaii eyes. Bee eyes look good from here. Great. Awesome. Glad everybody agrees. I also just ordered I ordered last week one of those safety eye, like, secure, like, basically it's a clamp for safety eyes, and I can't wait for it to get here because not this market, but the last market I was actually at it with Veronica, actually. If that's the Veronica I'm thinking of, she said she was glazing stuff, so I think it's her. But it was the Hello Fall Market in Palestine, Texas. That's the last one that I made a video on. One of the people came up and they wanted to buy one of my no-sew cows, and it was a no-sew cow pattern by Nooks Hooks. She's not here, but she wanted to be here. I love her pattern so much. Definitely check her out if you haven't. But as she was like bringing it to me, the eyes popped out. So I was like, oh no, and I had to like embroider eyes on the spot for her. But basically I wasn't able to fasten those on enough because, let me show you what the backing looks like on those. It's one of these backs on those, and they were like 16 millimeter eyes, and I guess I didn't secure them tight enough because they popped off like as she was handing it to me. So that was disappointing, but at least she still bought it. She still liked it when it had the embroidered eyes on, so I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in myself for not being able to secure them tight enough. It's on Nicole Chase's website, the Ankylosaurus pattern. Okay, cool. I'll have to try that out sometime. Veronica says, yes, it's me. I'm glad you're here, Veronica. I usually make a bigger ankylosaur from Handmade by Holly Me, but this works up faster. I'm going to have to look it up after I finish this bee. Because if I don't finish what I'm doing now, I'm going to forget what I was supposed to be doing. But I need to check that out because I have had some kids ask for ankylosaurs before. Yeah, I was quick to solve. Thank you, Veronica. Yeah, I was a little worried that when it happened that she was going to be like, I am never going to buy anything from you again, because her child was like at the oldest 2, and I didn't want her to think that I should just have a sign or something that says, if you have a small child and you're worried about them choking on the eyes, I can take them out and embroider them on for you. I don't know. I know all the time whenever I'm at markets, I always think to myself, I should have more things that have embroidered eyes as an option. But I usually just point people to the loveys because if it's a small kid, like a small child anyway, most of them want a lovey anyway. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to tuck this tail in, and then before I make the wings on this bee, because the wings are seriously so easy, guys, I just crochet them directly into the body. Here's the bee. Cute little bee. Okay. Nicole Chase's website. Alright, I hope I'm able to find the right Nicole Chase crochet. Oh, it's the first thing that comes up. It's Nicole, wow, I'm just tongue-tied right now. Nicole Chase Crochet. Okay, I think I found it. I think I found the website. It looks like it's the right thing. The ankylosaur. Oh, that's so cute. Is it the one that's sitting? Mini Archie? Mini Archie. He's so cute. I'm going to post the link, and Elaine, you can let me know if this is the right one. Ankylosaurus. There we go. Mini Archie. He's so cute. That's adorable. Okay, it's not the one that I was thinking of. Let me see if I can find the one that I was thinking of, because it's one that's like on all fours. It's probably going to take me a while though, unfortunately. Anyway, maybe it's a lost cause. I might just go look for it later. Tanner the mini Triceratops is also cute. Oh yes, he is. I see the full-size one. Where's the mini one? Is that project a lot of sewing though? It kind of looks like it might be like sewing every part on. Okay, yes, I see mini Tanner, the Triceratops. That one's cute too. I always worry when I see patterns like this that it's just like you have to sew every single piece on, and that's a little discouraging for me, as you guys probably know. Okay. I gotta put this bee's wings on now and just double check that I'm gonna do it right. I think it's just a half double crochet. Yes, half double crochet and a slip stitch. Okay, so let's get this white and make our little bee wings. So yeah, I think I mentioned it already, but I have another market coming up on the 22nd. It's in Crockett, Texas. This will be the 3rd year, I think, that I'm doing Christmas in Crockett there. So I kind of know what to expect when going to this market, and it always goes pretty well. The first year that I did it, I don't know if the second year if this happened or not, but the cell phone reception there is usually kind of spotty, just because it's like in the downtown area and there's just like not very good coverage for some reason. But I remember I had to take like a lot of payments offline, which was kind of scary because I didn't know if the payment went through or if it was like declined. I don't remember if that happened last year though. So anyway, I said it earlier, but I'm sure a lot of you tuning in later in the video probably didn't hear me say it, but I have a whole list of things that I'm trying to prep for that market. A lot of it being keychains, but I also need to make just generally, oh, I just slip stitched into the wrong spot. Generally I just want to make a lot of smaller things because that's what does the most amount of sales. And yeah, so I've got like bear keychains, which are behind me. I was working on those at the bookstore today. Mini chickens, bee keychains, I already said that. Fruit Friends keychains, dino keychains, mushroom popper keychains, and then the rest of these are not keychains. So I've got like mini Pokemon and a little sneak peek at my market recap for the market that I just did this past Saturday. Mini Pokemon did so well. I was prepping just about every single one of Beck Made Studio, her mini Pokemon. You can get those on Etsy, and man, if you do markets, it is worth it. It is worth it. I priced them all at $12, and they were like drawing so much attention into the booth, and then it also made a lot of people's decisions very quick, because normally what happens, just because of the nature of what I do on YouTube and all like the free pattern review videos and stuff that I do. Wow, that was so loud. I'm sorry. I got a text message. Let me turn my ringer off. Just because of the nature of what I do on free pattern review videos, I always have like a ton of variety in my booth, because I have to do something with those plushies. I can't just keep them for myself. So I price almost all of them. I do have like a little, it's not so little anymore, it's kind of overflowing, but I have a giveaway box for like smaller things that I don't think will sell at the price that I need to price them at. Anyway, I just finished a little bee keychain. I'm gonna start another one. So yeah, I have a box that is overflowing with things that I just plan to give away, put in mystery boxes, things like that in the future. And yeah, because of that huge variety that I have, I feel like, have you guys ever heard of decision paralysis? I think people have started talking about that with like different streaming services, how you have like so many options that you have no idea what you're going to watch. Well, I feel like I'm doing that, but at my markets, because there's so many options to choose from. I don't make like a bunch of duplicates of most of the things that I make. I do with like the smaller makes that are easy to prep, and I do them in like a bunch of different colors. But for like the bigger things that I make, I don't make as many, so we just have a lot of one-off things that I'm selling. And because of that, I feel like I make decision paralysis happen for a lot of people who come to look at my stuff. And it's partially a good thing because you know, somebody might end up purchasing something that costs a little bit more than they initially would have if they didn't like look through everything. But at the same time, I can see it being a little bit annoying for other customers who are trying to shop at the same time, and they're like, just pick something already. But yeah, it's a nice problem to have. So I'm not 100% complaining about it. I'm just acknowledging that it happens. Anyway. So yeah, prepping for Christmas and Crocket. Along with all the little makes that I want to make, I really want to make another another. I've never made Anchor the Octopus before, but I want to make Anchor the Octopus so that I can display him. Yesterday, I also ended up buying some more business cards because I'm almost out. So I ordered another 500 business cards with my Amazon order the other day with that safety eye tool that I was talking about that I bought. I also got a blocking mat, like one of those, they're like puzzle pieces mats where they just like kind of interlock, and then it can be as big as you need it to be so that I can block some things that I'm not able to block currently because they're just too big. So I'll be able to block the tapestries I made in my tapestry video. I guess that would be a month ago now, maybe a little bit more than a month ago. I can also block the cardigan that I just finished recently. I don't think I ever showed it in a video, or at least I haven't shown it in a video that's out yet, but I did wear it during my last live stream, if you guys want to see it. But yeah, so I got blocking board. I also ordered a bunch more blank safety eyes that are 25mm because, ooh, I can show you eyes. I can show you some safety eyes that I painted. Hold on. I painted a new set of safety eyes, and I think I only have like 3 sets total because I ran out of safety eyes when I was painting. So here is the new set that I finished recently. We've got a new set of 6, and I want to make a bunch more of these because not only do I want to sell them in my Etsy, I also want to give maybe 1 set away. But here's what they look like. I think they're really, really pretty. We've got this one, which has like a pink base with, I think they're like blue and purple, like periwinkle glitters on top. It's called Pixie Dust. And then across from it, we've got one that's like copper toned at the bottom, and then on top of it we've got just like a bunch of rainbow glitters, a lot of blue glitters as well. It kind of looks like puddles in like the fall, like after it rained and there's like a bunch of like leaves on the ground outside. It looks like that. So I called it Autumn Rain. And then underneath it we have Evergreen, which I promise it is different from Night Fury, which is the green from the last set that I made. It is different. So this one has a green glitter base, and then behind that is a gold glitter base. I'll actually show you guys the back of it just so you guys know I'm not lying. This one has a gold glitter base in the background, so it has overall a different like overall color tone to it. It's not as I feel like Night Fury was like a little bit more blue green. It's still very green, but it's more blue green than this one is. This one's more, it has more of like a yellow cast to it a little bit just because of those gold flakes in the back. And then across from it we have Cobalt Treasure. Cobalt Treasure is a like turquoise or cyan blue glitter on top, and in the back is a layer of green, so it looks a little bit more of like a, I don't know how to describe it. I have a very hard time describing different blues. So actually when I was like coming up with names for these blues, I ended up just searching color names, and I was like, which one looks the most like this color? And I decided that Cobalt looks the most like that color. Then underneath that we have Luminous, and Luminous is very, very, very beautiful. It's super rainbow colored, kind of looks like confetti almost. Underneath it is a, like, you can't really see the color underneath it, but Luminous always has a different base color underneath it. This one has Luminous with an orange base color underneath it, but you can barely see it in the top with all the glitters on top. You can see it a little bit, but mostly it's just the glitters on top that you can see. And then finally we have this basic champagne color, which is like a glitter gold, but it's a little bit toned down from the previous pack that I released. It had a similar eye color, but it was a lot more warm gold. This one is more of like a cool gold, or like a toned down, almost like sepia toned gold. And it has a little bit of a vignette to it too. So yeah, I'm excited to make more of these and release them soon. But before I release them, probably I'm going to include one of these sets in my giveaway with the Mega Yummy crochet book, as well as some patterns and some jumbo size plushies as well. Thank you for all of the compliments on the new eyes. You like Luminous the most. What about the rest of you? Do you guys have a favorite out of the ones that I showed? Luminous is a good one. Luminous is really pretty. I think out of these, for me, my favorite would probably, oh, it's hard. I really like Pixie Dust because it's really unique and I don't really ever see an eye color like that, but I think I also really love Autumn Rain, specifically because whenever you order like these eyes on Amazon with the backs included, there's not just like a brown one. And so this one is like more brown. I think it looks a little bit more natural, but you still have that really cool pop of different colors in there, which I think is really pretty, really cool. So I think it makes it really unique and stands out quite a bit. I also just really like copper tone things too. So anyway, anybody else have any favorites they want to mention? Anybody else have a favorite out of the bunch? I'd love to hear it because I want to know in the future what colors people prefer. That helps me when I make new sets of eyes, like come up with better designs and better colors to make. So yeah. Cobalt. You'll be watching out for these. Well, thank you, Jen. You like the pink ones, Delicate Cloud? Well, welcome, Delicate Cloud. I hadn't seen you in here before. Cool. I like I'm a huge fan of the pink ones too, the pixie dust. They're really cool. And it's actually funny too because like depending on the angle that you look at these, they look like different colors. So pixie dust sometimes looks purple from different angles. Like it almost looks like periwinkle or maybe like violet sometimes. And I think it's just because those glitters kind of just like blend together with that pink color. Yeah, and I'm seeing the same with like the evergreen. Evergreen kind of does the same thing where it like kind of looks really bright green or like almost blue toned in some angles, and then other angles you can really see that gold layer popping through a lot, which is really, really cool. Bottom right reminds me of an opal. I think that's my favorite. Very cool. Which one is bottom right? Bottom right, bottom right. Is that this one? Is that your bottom right? Am I pointing to the right thing? Hold on. I'm watching myself in replay trying to figure out which one. No, it's this one. Right? This is bottom right. I hope this is bottom right. Bottom right is luminous. That would make sense for opal. Yeah. I like that. It's cool. It's so cool when the colors shift in different lighting. The next one, yeah. So it's luminous, I think is what you're thinking of, Veronica. There is a little bit of a delay on my end and on what you guys are seeing, I think. It's like probably 5 or 10 second delay. But anyway. Yes. 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 Well, good. I'm glad you guys all like different ones. That tells me that like I did a good job at picking like different colors that people will like. So yeah, I'm excited to release those once I can paint more of them. Like I said, I only made 3 of these total before I ran out of safety eyes, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to make more of those until my Amazon order gets in. But anyway, I do have to go. It's almost 12:30, so I'm excited to get the next video ready for you guys. It's a market recap video for the Peanut Festival. I did very well at it. I'm very excited to show you that video and share with you all the feelings and things that happened, because it was a little bit of a stressful market. Like I was really worried that it was going to be really bad just because of some weather, and I had no idea if we were going to get rained out or if it was going to be another case like the Freedom Over Crockett experience where the storm came out of nowhere, and I was worried like all of my stuff was going to get damaged. So I'm glad that it's over and that didn't happen, but it was a very scary experience again. But anyway, I will see you guys next Tuesday. Make sure you look out on my Instagram for that giveaway when it comes out. There will be more details coming through like my Instagram story closer to that date, just for you guys to like look out and make sure that you're keeping an eye out so that you don't miss the giveaway and that window, because I definitely want you guys to take advantage of the giveaway. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day. It was nice hanging out and chatting with everybody. I hope you guys finish your projects successfully and have a great rest of your day. But anyway, I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye!